For piping flours, you need a really good, sturdy American buttercream. To make it, you'll need a stand mixer with a paddle attachment, a kilogram of icing sugar, 500 grams of butter, and a 38 milliliter bottle or about 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla extract, a sieve, and a big, strong spatula. I like to use 250 grams of unsalted butter and 250 grams of salted butter, as it cuts through some of the sweetness in the sugar. But it's a taste preference, so just use 500 grams of whichever butter you like. Keep an eye on the weight when you buy the butter, because some companies have changed their packaging down to 200 grams. Before you throw the wrappers away, make a note of the use by date, because you'll need that when you store your buttercream. The butter needs to be soft but still holding its shape, so you can't really go by room temperature. Just unwrap your butter and put it on a plate. Now I microwave mine on the lowest setting for 1 to 2 minutes, but obviously every microwave is different, so it's important to have a play and get to know yours before you melt a batch. And yes, I am talking from experience. Now when you can push a knife or a spatula into the butter with ease, it's ready to go in the mixer. Be sure to check both blocks of butter, especially if you've used one of each, as salted butter will reach this consistency at a different rate to unsalted butter. Have the guard fitted on the mixer, because icing sugar can be really messy and you'll be covered in it. If you don't have one, you can use a clean tea towel to drape over the bowl when you add the sugar, and that will catch any spillages or icing sugar clouds. Make sure you always use the paddle attachment for making buttercream, as a whisk will create too much air. Now beat the butter on a medium to high speed for about 5 to 8 minutes. About halfway through, just stop and give the bowl a good scrape down, so you make sure that you're really mixing all of the butter. When it's had a good beating, it will have become much lighter in colour and it will be a nice smooth consistency. Use a spatula to scrape down the bowl and give it all a good mix. You'll see that the buttercream on the edge of the bowl will still be a darker yellow. Just mix all that in before you add the sugar. Now whatever brand of icing sugar I'm using, I always sift it. It does take a little time and it's extra washing up, but I'm easily annoyed these days and a clogged piping tip can send me right over the edge. So just start by adding half the sugar. Instead of shaking the sieve and making a big mess, I just use a spoon in a circular motion to gently push it all through. Mixer on a low speed and just let it go until all the sugar is fully combined. You're mixing it now instead of beating it. You don't want to add any more air. I like to clean off my paddle when I add the next round of sugar, because it's fallen off a couple of times and it's messy. Give the bowl a scrape down. and then you can add your next lot of icing sugar before you put it back on the mixer. I wish it did go that fast. Add the whole bottle of vanilla. Make sure you get every last bit. Now back on low speed until all the sugar is combined. When you can see it's fully combined, just turn the mix up a little bit for around 10 seconds, just for a final good mix. With a strong spatula, scrape down the bowl and start to work the buttercream into itself to release some of the air pockets. Just turn it over and smooth it out. As you do this, you'll notice that it becomes much smoother. You have this lovely velvety smooth buttercream. Keep your buttercream in an airtight container in the fridge and label it with the use by date that was on the butter, and that's how long it will last in your fridge. You can just take out what you need to use, and like before, you can use the microwave on a low setting to gradually bring it to piping consistency. That's your buttercream done. Put the lid on and you're ready to create some flowers.